Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel Freedom Tech, and in this session what we are going to learn. Friends, in last session we did take object with the help of yolov5 in region of interest area. So in this session we are going to see a next level, or we can say advanced level, region of interest area. In last session basically we can say we draw a rectangle, and in a rectangle, if there is our object, then we can detect object. But in this session we are going to see more than rectangle ROI object detection. So before we move to our practical, friends, if you learn something from our videos, please consider to subscribe our channel. Okay friends, thank you so much, and let's get started. So friends, as I mentioned, in this session we are going to see a next level region of interest area for object detection, and object detection method which we are going to use yolov5. So first you need to install yolov5 opencv on Windows machine. This is what Windows 11 machine. If you want to go with Windows 10 machine, simply same steps. So I will mention video link. Watch video and install yolov5 and opencv on Windows 11 or Windows 10 machine. So also if you want to learn the basic concept of region of interest area, I have already created the video. I will mention that video link also. Watch video and then you will get the idea what is basically region of interest area. So for today's session I have created here a repository, and the repository name is yolov5 more than ROI, because we are going to learn here next level region of interest area. So that's why I have mentioned yolov5 more than region of interest area. So I will mention a link, copy and paste the link inside the browser. Then go to the code and we are going to download the zip format file. So let's just download our repository. So this is what our repository. Go to show in folder, and then we are going to simply unzip our folder. So extract. So we have extract our folder, just open folder, and this is the link for video which we are going to use in today's session. So this is the text file and this is the link. So just copy the link and we are going to paste our link inside the browser. Just Ctrl V and just hit enter. It will open the link, then click on download. It will download our video in zip format. Then we are going to extract our zip format file. So friends, we have downloaded our file. As you can see, mumbai-traffic.zip. This is what our zip format file. So just click here, show in folder, and this is what our folder. So right click and we are going to extract our folder. So just click here, extract to folder. It will extract our folder. So this is what our folder. Inside that we have our video file which we are going to use. So we need to move our video file inside our main repository where we have our Python script. So just right click and cut, and then go to the back, and this is what our main repository folder, yolov5 more than ROI. So just open, again open, and here we need to paste our video file. That's it, simple. So this is what our Python code, and inside that I have already created the code which basically detect object with the help of yolov5. So just right click and open with Thony Python IDE. So this is what our code. I'm not going to explain all these things because I have already explained how to use yolov5 for object detection. So same method, okay. So just if I just scroll down here, here it is. As you can see, I have already mentioned our video file mumbai-traffic.mp4. This is what our video file name, and then we have here our object detection model yolov5. As you can see, it will download yolov5 by default object detection model, and then we have here bounding box method x1, y1, x2 and y2. Then with the help of these coordinates, of course, we can draw a rectangle. And then we have here d is equal to basically our classes name. So I have put the classless name on the rectangle. So cv2.putText method. Then we have wet-key method, and then we are going to show our frame. So if I start the code, we can see we basically detect the object. So now it's basically downloading our by default model. As you can see, it's downloading the yolov5 by default model. So friends, as you can see, this is what our video frame. This is Mumbai Marine Drive area. Okay, we have beautiful sea and we have here road traffic. So our yolov5 object detection model is working and it's detecting object. We have here car, bus, person. So we successfully apply our yolov5 model. So as I mentioned, we are going to see a next level region of interest area. So first, let's just stop our code and I'm going to freeze our frame. Then we are going to see what basically we are going to learn. So I have freeze the frame. So in this video frame, friends, in last session we draw a rectangle shaped ROI. But suppose for this video I want to detect this particular area, this. If our traffic is in this particular area, then I just want to detect basically my object. Then I just want to use my yolov5 model. I don't want to detect all this area traffic. I just want to use this area. So we are going to draw here a polyline. We are not going to draw a rectangle type region of interest area. We are going to draw a polyline, and then we can say if our object is inside our selected area, then we are going to use our yolov5 model. So for that we need here polyline method. So if I move my cursor on frame inside shell, as you can see, we have here mouse cursor point. As I mentioned in last session, we have our mouse function. We have our mouse function which basically provide us mouse points. So if I open frame, let's say I just want to start from here, because this is what our region of interest area, this. So this is what my first point for drawing polylines. So if I move my mouse cursor over here, inside shell we have points 776 and 296, 776 and 296. So this is what our point. So what we are going to do, let's just mention here our area. We can create here a new variable here and we can say this is what our area. Okay, so area is equal to square bracket and then our bracket, and inside that we are going to mention our points. So again open our frame and this is the points 776, 299. So let's just say this is what our first point, 776 and 299. Okay, this is what our first point. Then the next point, so if it is first, we are going to draw our line like this way. So this is our next point. So inside shell we have 713353. So 713353, 713 and 353. This is what our second point. So go with another point. So this is our second point. Then we are going to move here, let's say here. So 867381. So 867381, 867 and 381. Okay, then our next point, just open frame. So we move here. Now we need to go here like this way. So from here we are going to move here. So 985355, 985355, 985 and 355. Okay, so we done here. So we are going to now move here. So this is what our next point. So next point is 980317. So mention 980317, 980 and 317. Okay, so we done here. Now we need to join our line here where we start. So this is our point. Then we are going to move here. Okay, so this point is basically our first point, so we need to mention same point over here. So let's just say 776 then 299. So this is what our area. Let's just cross check. Now we are going to simply draw our polylines. If there is something mistake, we can change our points. So let's just stop our code. Let's just save the code, and I have stopped the frame. So now we are going to draw our polylines. So we are going to use our polylines method. After where we have our cv2 put text method, here we are going to mention our polylines method. cv2 dot polylines. Okay, cv2 dot polylines. This is what our method. Then where we want to draw our polylines, we want to draw our polylines on our frame, then square bracket, and then inside that we are going to mention np dot array, then in bracket we are going to mention our area, means our point, our area variable. Okay, this one, our area variable, because this area variable is our polylines point. So area, then np dot int32, like this way, np dot array in square bracket, np dot array, then bracket area comma np dot int32 bracket complete. Then we are going to complete our square bracket, then after that comma mention true. Okay, then we want to mention the color for drawing the polylines, so let's make it red. So BGR, so 0, 0 and 255, BGR format, blue, green, red. So because we are going to create a red color line, so I need to mention at the end 255, because this is the format BGR. Simple. Then thickness, so let's make 2. So just save the code, and if I run the code, okay, there is a indentation error. Let's just check if we are in line. So here, okay, this will come here, and this line also come here. Okay, so if I save the code and if I run the code, and as you can see friends, we successfully select our area. As I mentioned, this is more than drawing rectangle. This is not a region of interest area like rectangle. We draw a polyline in particular shape of our road, particular shape of our road. So this is what our area. If our object in this area, only then we are going to detect our object, or we can say only then we are going to implement our yolov5 object detection. So we successfully draw our area, okay, with the help of polylines. Now we, as I mentioned, we are not going to detect all the area traffic, we only detect this area. So for that we are going to use here center point of the object. So first we need a center point of our object. So simple, here let me just close this assistant. So we have here basically x1, y1, x2 and y2. So with the help of course we will get our cx and cy for drawing circle. So here we are going to mention, let's say cx is equal to int, then x1 plus x2 divided by 2, then we will get cx. Then cy is equal to int y1 plus y2 divided by 2, then we will get cy. So cx is basically x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and cy is basically y1 plus y2 divided by 2, then we will get cx and cy for drawing circle. So here, after where we have our put text method, we are going to simply draw a circle. So cv2 dot circle method, and where we want to draw our circle, we want to draw our circle on our frame, Then what else we want? We want our cx and cy, which is our point. So let's mention cx and cy. Then what next? We need our radius. So phi is our radius. Then we are going to mention the color. Let's make blue. So bgr, so 255, then 0, and because we are going to fill our circle, so we need to mention -1. Simple. So if I save the code and if I run the code, and as you can see, we have a center point of each object. Let's just mention small number for radius. Let's say 3. It will look very beautiful. So if I run the code, and then it's really good. Okay, as you can see, we have a rectangle, and inside that we have circle. So this is what basically our center point of each object. Center point of each object. So in opencv we have point polygon test method, and with the help of this point polygon test method, we can say if the object center point in this area, then only we are going to draw our rectangle, and then only we are going to detect our objects. Okay, so we are going to use here our cv2 point polygon test method. So let's just mention that method over here. After where we have our cx and cy, we are going to create a new variable which is results. It is just a variable, you can mention any variable. So results is equal to, so we are going to mention our method cv2 dot point, then p capital polygon t capital test point polygon test. Results is just a variable. Results is equal to cv2 dot point p capital polygon t capital test, and inside that, as I mentioned, what we are going to use here? We are going to use here our area. So our area is basically what? Our area is basically this. This is what our area. So just copy it and just mention here inside our cv2 point polygon test. Just mention as it is. Simple. Okay, so and let's just remove this square bracket, because we there is no need to mention square bracket. Simple. So we need to simply copy this method. Okay, just copy it here. Then as I mentioned, what we are going to use? We are going to use each object center point. So what is the object center point? Center point is basically cx and cy. So we need to mention that center point with tuple. So let's like this way. Again, tuple cx and cy. That's it. And then we are going to mention false. Simple. Okay, then we are going to mention false. So now if we print the result, okay, if we print the results, if I save the code and if I run the code, now inside shell, if you see, let me make like this way. Okay, what we are going to do, we are going to skip here some frames. So let's just skip. Inside shell, as you can see here, we have here 1, this is 1.0 and this is minus 1.0. So 1 is basically our object is inside our polyline area. 1 is basically our object is inside polyline area, and minus 1 is basically it basically at the boundary line. So we can say if our result is 0, or we can say if it is greater than 0, then we are going to draw the rectangle, and then we are going to use our put text method for putting the text, object text. Simple. So simply here we are going to mention, let's just comment our print result, because we know what we have inside our result. So we can say here, if our result is greater than or is equal to 0, okay, then we are going to draw our rectangle, and then we are going to use our put text method, and then we are going to draw the circle for each object. So if I save the code and if I run the code, and as you can see, now we detect our object if it is inside this area. We have right now only these two car, and only these two car detect by our yolov5 model. So now what we are going to do, we are going to start our while loop. So let me stop our code, and here we are going to mention 1. So it will start our while loop, and then you will see the magic. Okay, as I mentioned, object detection with advanced level ROI using polyline, and our object is detecting if our object is in particular area. This is what our region of interest area, selected area, and if our object inside this ROI, then we use our yolov5 method. So as I mentioned, this is just more than a rectangle. This is not rectangle. Okay, as you can see. So this is how you can use polylines, and you can use a point polygon test method for object detection. I hope you will learn something from this video. We'll meet our next video. Till then, thank you, take care, and bye bye.